What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Jorge's House of Horrors, where the monsters are real, the ghosts are bold, and the stories are never as simple as they seem. I'm your host, Jorge, and today we're cracking open one of the most intense and disturbing cases in the Warrens' archive. Forget subtle bumps in the night. This case involved full-on assault, levitation, and an evil entity that didn't just haunt, it tormented. This is the story of the Smurl family haunting. A case that terrorized a quiet Pennsylvania neighborhood, made national headlines, and had both priests and scientists trying to explain what the hell was going on. So, let's dive into the demon next door. It's 1974, and Jack and Janet Smurl, a devout Catholic couple with 4 daughters, move into a duplex on Chase Street in West Pittston, Pennsylvania. They live on one side with their family. Jack's parents live on the other. At first, everything seems normal. But soon, things start to go wrong. Water stains bleed through freshly painted walls. Loud banging sounds echo through the house, often with no clear source. Appliances turn on and off by themselves. Rotten smells flood the rooms, and family members report being pushed, scratched, and even sexually assaulted by an unseen force. According to the Smurls, the haunting escalated slowly, starting with subtle disturbances and building toward violence. By 1985, they were desperate. They turned to the only people they believed could help, Ed and Lorraine Warren. When the Warrens arrived, they claimed to immediately sense a demonic presence in the house. Ed described the haunting as one of the most dangerous they had ever encountered. He said this wasn't just a ghost, it was a powerful, inhuman entity bent on destruction. Lorraine, in her trance session, said she saw a shadowy black form moving through the house. The Warrens reported cold spots, unexplained knocks, and violent outbursts. They brought in audio recorders, cameras, and a priest. According to their report, multiple exorcisms were attempted, but none were fully successful. See, the family claimed the demon followed them outside the home, even showing up at Jack's workplace. And then came the most disturbing claim of all: alleged demonic assault. Both Jack and Janet Smurl reported sexual assaults by the entity. Jack said he was attacked in bed by what he described as a succubus-like figure, a grotesque old woman with red eyes and claws. Janet claimed she too was physically attacked and levitated during the night. And it wasn't just them. One of their daughters and even Jack's elderly mother allegedly experienced encounters with the entity. These attacks were deeply personal and deeply traumatizing. By 1986, the story had broken wide. Local news outlets picked up on it, and then the national media came calling. The Warrens gave interviews, of course, never to shy away. The Smurls co-authored a book with writer Robert Curran titled The Haunted, One Family's Nightmare, which later inspired a made-for-TV movie. The Catholic Church, however, took a more cautious stance. A local priest, Father McKenna, performed exorcisms, but church officials later distanced themselves from the case, saying they found no evidence of supernatural activity. That didn't stop the Warrens, though. They claimed the church was afraid of negative publicity, and that the entity had mocked the priests, laughed at holy water, and refused to leave. Not everyone bought the story, though. Joe Nickel, a well-known paranormal investigator and skeptic, conducted his own analysis. He concluded the Smurls were likely experiencing a combination of stress, psychological suggestion, and confirmation bias, possibly fueled by religious beliefs and media attention. He pointed out that the claims conveniently escalated in sync with the media coverage, and that many of the experiences had no independent verification. In short, he said it was a classic moral panic in a household. Remember, this was during the Satanic Panic. Other critics noted that the family lived in a duplex, but only their side was haunted. Jack's parents, who lived on the other side of the wall, reported nothing unusual. That didn't stop the Smurls from sticking to their story. They said skeptics weren't there. They didn't feel what they felt and couldn't understand the fear. So what happened after this? Well, the Smurls eventually moved out in the late 80s and the disturbances stopped. That house has since changed hands multiple times, and no further hauntings have been reported. The book, The Haunted, remains out of print, but is considered one of the most disturbing accounts in the Warrens' career. But here's the question that lingers. Did the Smurls face down the real evil, or did they believe in something so deeply that it became real? I don't know. What do you think? Was this a tragic result of stress, sickness, and suggestibility amplified by one hell of a ghost story, or were they really under a demonic siege? Let me know what you think in the comments, especially if you've read The Haunted or seen the TV movie. Do you think the Smurls were victims of the supernatural force or psychological one? I don't know, but I think this is going to be the next Conjuring movie, so we'll see what they do in that film. So, if you like this episode, go ahead and smash that like button, summon that subscribe, and ring the notification bell so that you're ready for our next deep dive. This is Jorge, and this is Jorge's House of Horrors.